In the alter ego's justice system, cheating-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In the Alter Egos podcast, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious cheating scandals are members of an elite squad known as the Catching Bitch-Ass Cheaters Unit. This is their story.
Do you know how I get Tommy out of bed on his days off?
What do you do?
Like early.
What do you do? Like how early are we talking?
Like by 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what do you do?
Because he's usually just like in bed awake, like on his phone. And I'm like, he needs to get up. This is my surefire hack. It works every time. It will never not work. So he told me that when he was growing up, your Oma said that if he eats in bed or drinks in bed, that he'll become a cow.
Oh, okay.
Or something. That is something to that effect. And it has stuck with him. And so like he's not someone that has ever liked breakfast in bed or like coffee in bed.
Oh my gosh.
So what I do, and it sounds fucked up, but he loves it, is I get up, and if I want him to wake up or like get out of bed, all I do is make him a cup of matcha, and then I start walking him toward
That is the nicest
room,
way to
and
wake
I'm
someone
like,
up.
Tommy, I'm bringing matcha. And I try to hand it to him in the bed, and he refuses to drink something in the bed. So he'll immediately get up and he's like, no, I can't.
Wait.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm turning into
Every
a cow.
single week we do that. And
That's
it's like my favorite
amazing.
thing.
That is
I'm
the
always
nicest.
like, Tommy, I'm coming.
That is the
He's
nicest
like,
way to
no.
wake someone up. Sometimes if I really want to get Khalil up, I just jump on him. Like, have you seen those videos of like the dogs waking their owners up where they jump on them
Yes.
and like push them? I do that. Or
If I
tickle
did that,
his feet.
Tommy would be really dramatic and be like, oh, you hurt me. And then he'd be mad for the rest of the morning. But no, all I have to do is manipulate him with a cup of matcha. And he's like,
That seems like a very.
I'm coming.
Is that manipulation or is that just being a very wonderful
Both.
partner?
because I think he loves it. Like, I think
Yes.
he loves having matcha when he wakes up. Like, he's like, oh, I don't have to make it. It's so nice. And I love that he gets out of the bed and starts his day. Because, you know, when you like lay in bed for too long and you scroll on your phone and then you like end up seeing something on Instagram that pisses you off and then you just get mad. And then, I don't know, maybe that's just us.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to do that. So I'm like, get the fuck up.
Aw, that's really sweet.
Get out of the bed.
I might be a little bit cruel, but I really enjoy my me time in the morning. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like first thing in the morning and last thing at
That's not
night,
cruel.
I want to be alone. So I think I've almost created a habit for Khalil to not come to bed with me. Like I
hate it. Wow, that's
I
okay.
think it's because when we were in the military, I got so used to sleeping in bed without him that now when he's
Yeah.
there, it makes me anxious for some reason. So whenever he's like, "Oh, I think I'm coming to bed with you," or if I see him get up with me when I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'm like, "Wait, don't you want to play games? Aren't your friends online?"
The absolute opposite. Literally last night I was like, hey, I'm going to bed. Do you want to come? And he's like, I'm playing games right now. And I'm like, oh, are you sure we could like read our books or something? And he's like,
Is he
yeah,
reading right
maybe
now?
later. No.
Oh.
He's reading his comic book series on the
Oh,
iPad,
yeah.
which I count as reading. I'll
That
take
boy
it.
has been a comic boy since as long as I can remember him.
His attention span has gotten so bad that I told him, like, hey, dude, you need to work on this. Like, he can't, he is in the middle of like 3 books that he started like 10 years ago. I'm like, you got to finish the books.
He used to
Tommy,
be.
you
I feel
gotta-
like he used to be a big reader, and well,
Last time he read on, like, you know, consistently was probably when we were reading The Hunger Games, like in 2012.
oh, I was gonna say that was over 10 years ago.
That was a long time.
That's cute.
ago.
Wait, so when you guys read together, you guys would just like sit in the same room and just like read
Yeah.
together? That sounds very lovely. Khalil hates reading more than anything.
I wonder why.
I think
Is
he
it
says
because
that-
it's too slow for? I feel like video games are a very fast medium.
Mhm.
And the story, even when you're doing like a story-based game, like it's
Yeah.
a very quick easy thing to follow, and
Mhm.
reading takes a little bit more like patience and like focus.
I think his dad would try to get them to read more, and he came from a very, very strict upbringing that I think it has turned him completely away from reading or anything like that. So
That's funny.
Yeah.
Tommy is similar with we recently discovered that he has a little bit of an aversion to working out because of how much he had to do it as a teenager and how it was like tied to his performance as an athlete.
I see.
And it was like something he had to do,
yeah.
and like his dieting and stuff for wrestling and stuff, I think has really like kind of affected him. And then another thing that I realized, I'm like, I think you have like weird trauma around this, is yard work on the weekends.
Dude,
Because he said that he
do
would wake up
not.
on a Saturday and your dad would be like, all right, Tom, let's go outside. And Tommy's like, wait, what?
Dude.
I would have his whole project outside. And now Tommy hates yard work, hates when I want to do a project. He's like, oh God, oh God.
in Hawaii,
I'm like, get it together.
we had like this I don't know, our yard and our backyard was so beautiful in Hawaii. We had a plumeria tree in the front yard, and we
Beautiful.
had macadamia trees in the backyard. But my dad, I assume it had to do with HOA, but every Saturday and Sunday he would make us go out there and pick the weeds out of our front yard. And our front yard, where the tree was buried in like is it called cinder block wood or
Oh yeah.
rocks? It's like the red super porous rocks, and we would have
like
to
the lava
go
rocks.
out there, yes, and pick each weed out. And I'm not joking, they were growing as we were picking them. Like Tommy
Dude,
and I would
he
be
told me
out
the
there for
same
like
thing.
2 hours every morning, and we're like, why are they not going away? It was insane. We hated it so much. Like that was our worst chore. We would rather do anything else, but every Saturdays
he
and
still
Sundays,
has that feeling like
go out there and pick
sometimes I'm
weeds.
like, hey, when I'm, doing whatever today, can you
Mhm.
like just grab some of the weeds in the, because we got like a company to like do our fertilizer. So like
Okay,
we don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
a lot of weeds anymore,
Mhm.
but they still come around the flower beds because they don't spray near the flowers.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, hey, can you pull, because like I don't have that thing, because like when my parents asked me to do it when I was younger, I just like didn't.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't
I
have the
just
trauma because I was
refused.
just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And they'd be like, well, you can't watch TV. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't
Whatever.
want to watch it
I'm not doing
anyways.
that.
That's crazy.
And now I'm like, let's do it all. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. And I love
Yeah.
yard work. Like, for some reason, mowing the
Oh,
lawn is like my
lovely.
favorite chore. Or
I
like weed
can't with the
whacking.
noise.
Oh,
I get scared.
Oh, yeah,
from
it is
the
very
loud
loud.
noises. But
Yeah.
Khalil actually has turned into our bug exterminator guy and our weed guy.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
he learned how. I mean, there's no learning curve at all. But he goes out and sprays our yard and our backyard with animal safe or pet friendly bug spray and weed
Hell
spray.
yeah.
But he's so funny because he is a direction man. He is going to follow
He's
the
follow the
directions to a T.
directions.
So it told
Mhm.
him, like, when you're making the spray, make sure to wear like a mask or something. This dude bought a gas mask. So when he goes out there to do yard work, he has like a specific jacket that he wears, and he like covers his face. It's like he's actually wearing mop gear, and he has his gas mask on, and I just see him out there like spraying the yard. I just think it's the funniest thing ever.
I could have used Khalil 2 days ago at my house, because on our back porch,
Mhm.
we have like the big sliding back door,
Yeah.
like most people have.
Mhm.
Well, we noticed that there were a bunch of bees, what I thought were honeybees, like lurking around the door frame
Mhm.
on the outside. And I'm like, what are they doing? And they were like flying into the door trim. There was like little gaps,
Oh.
and they were flying into the door trim. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, Tommy wouldn't go outside because there were bees everywhere. And I was like, they don't seem like aggressive. They looked like honeybees.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, they're not wasps. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But something's going on. And then I was reading all of these horror stories of how bees like get into your walls and will literally build a hive in
Yeah.
your walls. And then you have
Yes.
to have an apiarist come over and like saw your wall out.
apiarist? What the heck?
Apiarist. An apiary. That's a beekeeper, people.
Oh.
Or apiary.
What a word. Okay.
Apiarists. Yeah, no, it's a weird word. And they have to like, literally cut into your
Yeah.
drywall.
Yeah.
Take out the bees. And then I was Googling and I'm like, oh my God, insurance doesn't cover this. Like it's considered like maintenance, like a maintenance issue if you don't do it. So I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So I started getting really paranoid because there were so many bees. But then I realized it was actually only like 4 or 5 of the same ones that would come in and out. Like, this is so weird. Like, that doesn't seem like enough for a hive, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pry off the door trim. I'm going to like rip off the door trim and just see what's back there. Because I don't want to have to call the bee people if it's not a problem. And I want to make sure it's a problem before I do it. And so I am starting to like pry it off with like a little tool and it's not really working. And I'm like, Tommy, get me a pry bar. And he's like inside behind the screened door and he's like, I'm scared. What are you doing?
He's
What are you doing? I'm like,
of
it's
anything
fine.
that stings.
I'm doing this. I'm going to fucking solve this problem. So he gets me a crowbar and I start prying off this thing. And as I'm prying it off, the bees start freaking out and they're like, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going to get stung. I'm like, whatever. I just have to see what's going on. I'm being impatient. This is in the middle of the workday where I had just gone out for like a quick break to check on my plants. And now I'm ripping the door trim off. So anyway, I pry the door trim off. And it takes a lot because the nails were painted over and then they wouldn't come out of the wall. Anyway, I'm making a racket, destroying the bees' sensibilities. And I rip off the thing and I look and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I see these like almost mud, like grid-like mud nests in between like the siding of the house and where the door starts, the frame of the door. And I'm like, this is not a beehive. What the fuck is this? It looked weird. And I saw some like bee larvae in there. Like some of them were still like hatching out of their things. Just a few. Like there was just a few. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so then I'm freaking out. I'm like, this is so weird. Like, what did I just uncover? I take a picture. I try Googling it and the regular Google was like, oh, these are blah, blah, blah wasps. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're not wasps. I know they're not wasps. So I asked ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, what the hell is this thing? And I tell it all the stuff. I send it all the pictures. And it's like, oh, those are mason bees. They're the least aggressive bees of all the bees. They're solitary and they lay their eggs alone. It's just like the mothers going and laying their eggs. And then they lay their eggs in a spot. They don't destroy anything. And then eventually the eggs hatch and they leave. And that's it. They don't come back. And I was like, oh my God, all of these bees like swarming around me, not harming me, but swarming. We're just like single mother bees trying to lay some eggs. And I fucking ruined their lives by like terrorizing them with ripping all the stuff out. So then I'm like, fuck, okay. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, like, should I leave them there? And it was like, yeah, you should leave them there. And then when they leave in the fall, if you want to go back in and seal the gaps, you can. But like they are not harmful. They're docile bees and they're better pollinators than honeybees. Like they're more effective. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to do something about these bees. So then I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, did I just like kill these babies, whatever? And it's like, no, just put the door trim back on. But I have the nails are still on the door trim. And when I try to line them back up to put them back in the wall, they won't go. So then I have to hammer the door trim to get the nails to come out. And then I had to hammer the nails back in. All in all, it was like 40 minutes of me hammering and terrorizing these fucking bees. I felt so bad, but I think they're going to be okay. But I literally started tearing up. I'm like, these are single mother pollinating docile honeybees. And I just fucked their shit up because I was scared.
It's so
that
funny.
they were building a hive in my house.
It's funny the things that we like get emotional about, like just weird little things, because we went to Cava yesterday and didn't hit any cars, and we
Did you start crying when you ate the food?
No. No, there was a new girl on the shift, and she wasn't getting in trouble or doing anything wrong at all. They were just instructing her, and I got really emotional. I don't know why. Like, it's her first day. I really hope everything goes well for her. I don't know.
That's how I feel about the airplanes. I'm like, have a good trip, airplane people.
That's really cute. That was cute.
Isn't it?
I did my first assignment in my master's program. And
You haven't even told the listeners about this.
yeah, I decided to go back to school for my MBA, and I turned in my first assignment on Friday afternoon, and it got graded, and I passed. Not the course, but I passed the first assignment. So I have one more assignment in this class, and then it's on to the next. But I felt very proud of
There's
myself.
only 2 assignments in one class?
Yeah.
Girl, what the fuck? College was so hard. What are you saying?
No. And can I just say that online school is so so I went to college, what is it? A brick and mortar school, Boise State. I went to Boise State for 2.5 years or 2 years. And then I took a break. And then while I was in the military, I decided to go back to school to finish my bachelor's. And it was completely online. And it is so different. And now with the master's program that I'm doing now, it's even more crazy because you can finish it as fast as you want. They just make you...
It's self-paced?
Yes, it's self-paced. And the only way you pass courses is they give you an assignment to show like, okay, I know how to do this class, basically. So I've seen...
There's no like midterms, finals?
No midterms, no finals. There's a capstone at the end. But I've seen people on Reddit finish their masters in 1 month. 1 month. On average, it usually takes people like about 1.5 to 2 years to finish their masters. There are people in that go to WGU that finish their masters in a month.
I'm confused because one of the reasons I didn't was like, I'm not going to go do that is because I didn't want it to take like
you can finish, yes,
or 2 years. And that's like full, like it was like several hours a week of class.
Yeah.
When I was looked into it. What the hell?
I'm considered a full-time student right now, and I only have to do 3 classes in 6 months to be considered a full-time student.
Is this like a special veteran thing?
No, this is no. At WGU, a full-time student for their master's program is you take, I think you need 9 credit, something it's called, is basically credits, but you have to take 9 credits per semester. And the way WGU works is each semester is 6 months long, and it's just however many classes you want to do to in that
is
semester.
It like is there
it's a set cost.
Teacher?
Or
is
yes,
it
you
like
do have
just read a bunch of
instructors,
stuff?
but you don't have to meet with them. You don't have to do anything with them.
There's no
They're
like live lectures that you have to watch?
No, they provide live lectures, but you don't have to watch. I didn't watch them, so it's very unique. But yeah, I don't know.
That
I
is
think
very cool.
I almost wonder if maybe this makes more sense to do it this way. I'm not, because I
mean, I definitely feel like I don't really remember a lot of what I learned in college. I feel like a lot of it was just a bunch of bullshit.
And like we're kind of in an age now where I don't know, there are people smarter than me that have never gone to school and just learned everything through like YouTube or Khan Academy or something like that. So
yeah,
and
because I
that's
kind of
all
want to
online.
I want to go into like web development and like UX, and I feel like just honestly for my own job because I need to fucking build a website. But I was like, oh, I don't have this fucking money, or I mean the money is part of it, like tuition is expensive normally, but like I also don't have time. But it sounds like I might have time.
You might, or you should look into it, because WGU, it's a set cost. So you pay, I think it's each semester is like $4,300. And so you could potentially finish and get your degree for only $4,300. Does that make sense?
Oh my God, that's a steal.
You could join me in this endeavor.
This episode is sponsored by WGU. No, I'm just kidding.
Moving on. Let's do our word of the week. Wait, do we want to do word of the week or tea first?
Word of the week.
No, tea. Sorry. I asked you and I denied you.
No worries.
I denied it. Okay. So for our tea time with Chloe and Dova, Tea time with Chloe,
Chloe
and
and Dova.
Tea. Okay.
I have a very special tea, by the way.
Ooh, what do you have?
It is a tea I got from the witch store called Blue Lotus Flower.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be psychoactive
It in
and
what
also
way?
euphoric and calming. So I'll let you know. We'll find out real soon which one it is.
Maybe I might need that. I just have basic green tea. Okay, well, our tea is
Ooh,
this looks like it's a
someone
question,
submitted.
not really a tea.
Okay, that's fine.
Chloe and Dova, if you found out that your husbands cheated on you a long time ago, like back when you guys were still dating, would you stay with them? This is funny because I think Khalil and I have had this conversation before. Like, if I found out that he cheated on me in high school, this sounds kind of crazy, but that means that he's been holding on to this lie for 13 years, and that feels very icky to me. That I don't know if I would leave him.
It wouldn't be good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I don't know if I would
great.
leave him, but damn, that would be a big trust that he has.
I
hit
guess
me
it
with.
depends on when it happened, like when we were dating, when we were engaged.
Yeah.
When
How
we
about
were
when you guys were
married.
dating?
We've been married a long time already.
Like when you guys were in college before you were engaged. Let's say that he
I
got.
don't like this conversation. I'm getting fucking pissed.
Drink your tea. I don't know. That's interesting. I think especially for us because we've been with them so long ago. It sounds crazy. I can't say I would or wouldn't stay or leave, but I would lose a lot of trust because of how long he's kept that secret. That's a long secret.
It's hard to say, I feel like, because we've been together so long and whatever, but it would not be good.
Oh my gosh.
It would not be good.
Damn. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer, but I don't know.
Y'all, stop asking these horrible questions. I guess it depends on like what kind of cheating it was.
So do you think there's a difference in?
Yeah, kissing someone and sleeping with someone are different.
What's worse?
Well, obviously sleeping with somebody.
Khalil and I have had this conversation, and he thinks that it's worse to kiss someone because this was his reasoning. He says that sex, it feels good, so you get something out of it, right? Whereas kissing, there's no like it doesn't. It's like a very intimate act. And I can kind of, I'm not going to lie, I kind of agree because to me,
I don't know if there's anything more intimate than having your parts in someone else's body.
Yeah, but at least it feels like you get the benefit of feeling something out of it. Like you have an orgasm.
I get something out of kissing. Do you not?
Can you get an orgasm out of?
Well, no,
like,
but I feel like
when I kiss, it's like emotion. Like I feel so like, like it's out of pure love or likeness. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain this. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but like to me, if I found out that Khalil like cuddled with someone over like, I don't know, like sex feels good. Cuddling, it feels good if you like them.
I mean, all of these things are considered cheating to me.
Yes, I agree. All of them is cheating, but...
So it would be bad if any of them happened.
But you said it depended on what kind of cheating. That's why I ask if there's
it does. I mean, it doesn't really... Maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, there's also like emotional cheating where
That's
you're
bad
just
to
like
me, too.
talking to someone and flirting with them and
Mm-hmm.
hmm.
I want to know.
I don't know.
Let us know.
Hopefully that's not a thing. So
Emotional cheating. Do you think emotional
okay, let me ask
cheating
you
is-
though, like
Oh, yeah.
would you want to know? Because it depends for me. But like if like I don't know, if Tommy like kissed someone at a party like right when we started dating,
Mm-hmm.
like before we were like serious, I don't really want to know about it.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Your mom
Interesting.
said that she wouldn't want to know.
Yeah.
Like she's like, whatever I don't know doesn't hurt me,
Yes.
which is interesting. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer. I don't know what I would do.
I guess I won't really know until I'm in that situation. I don't think anybody wants me to be in that situation.
Okay.
If
Well,
somebody's gonna die.
you
I'm
mentioned
gonna go to jail.
You mentioned you have some tea for us. What's up?
I have tea.
Didn't you say that?
Oh, I just wanted to talk about my tea, my literal tea.
Oh. I thought you meant like you
Like my
had
literal-
like someone messaged you specifically was like tell the story. Okay. Oh,
No.
got it. Okay. Well, this is kind of interesting that we're talking about cheaters and cheating and
It is interesting.
all this stuff. So before we begin, I would like to give my word of the week, which is miscreant.
That's a good one. That's
This
a great
is someone who behaves criminally or viciously and basically just a very fucking evil, terrible person. I happen to host a pair of miscreants at my house in October.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So I'll
okay.
start. So last October, I was in my very dramatic Enya phase and I was listening to Caribbean Blue and journaling my little heart out outside in the lovely fall weather. When all of a sudden, Tommy comes outside and is like, Chloe, Dova needs us. And he's holding a phone like in his hands. And I still had my headphones on and I was like, what? And so I take my headphones off. He's like, Dova needs us. And I was like, okay, what's going on? He's like, I don't know. So I'm like, Dova? What's going on? She's like, I'm in the closet. I'm in the closet and I have to be quiet. And I'm like, okay. She's like, hold on, I got to make sure no one can hear me. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? Meanwhile, I knew that at this week that she was calling, she was hosting some of her friends.
Yeah. And
Dova,
just
take it
before
away.
you
Tell
guys
us what
think
happened.
that I am like setting them up for like something horrible, I told them from the beginning, don't worry, no one's dead. Like we're not in imminent danger.
Yes.
Because
You sounded very frantic. That scared the shit out of me.
So here's what I told Chloe. I'm just gonna set the scene for you guys, okay? So the year prior, this is the year of 2024, we have a group of friends. It's me, Khalil, and our two other couple friends. They all came to our house and we had a great time. It was so much fun. We played board games, la da da. So for the sake of, everyone's privacy, we have our couple friends. So it's me and Khalil. We have our couple friends, Marshall and Lily. And we have our other couple friends, Ted and Robin. Okay? I'm using How I Met Your Mother references. Anyways, so we decided in 2025, let's do the trip again. Everyone come on over to me and Khalil's house and let's have a great time. Marshall and Lily drove down to our house. So they got there, I think, two days before Ted and Robin. Marshall and Lily actually got to meet Khalil's family. They came over for like a games night. Great. Ted and Robin come in on, I think it's Monday night. They come in late Monday night and we just kind of, I'm pretty sure I was already asleep when they came. So I didn't even get to see them that night. And now it's Tuesday morning and I had to work that day. So I'm just typing. And so everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and I get out of work at 3. And the first thing I always do when I get out of work is I go to Khalil's office and I go and talk to him. Khalil's office was closed. Like, the door was closed. That's very unusual. His door is never closed. The only time his door is closed is if he's taking a test. And so I put my ear to the door and I hear whispering. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Because Marshall is in the room with Khalil. And I'm like, are you guys in cahoots for fantasy football? That was my immediate thought. I thought they were trying to make some kind of trade. And so I open the door and I see them both sitting on the couch. What the fuck is going on? Khalil's never sitting on that couch. So I'm like, oh, hell no. Y'all are in cahoots. And so I'm going downstairs and I yell to Marshall's wife, Lily, Lily, our husbands are cheating on us. I'm doing this as a little joke, okay? Nothing serious. Lily hears this and gets off the couch really quick and runs over to me. She's like, huh? And I'm like, I'm just joking. I think they're just talking about fantasy football. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she goes back and sits on the couch. Mind you, Lily goes back to sitting on one side of the couch, and Ted and Robin are sitting on the other end of the couch together. And so Marshall comes downstairs, and Marshall is a light of energy. He has loud energy. He's a Leo. Anyways, he comes downstairs and he's kind of quiet and down, and he's like, hey, me and Lily, we're gonna go to the store. And I'm a little annoyed by this because Khalil just went grocery shopping earlier that day, and I told them, if you guys need anything, tell him, we'll just buy it. So I'm like, Marshall, what are you going to the store for? And he's like, we're just gonna get some sunflower seeds. And I'm like, Marshall, Khalil just went to the grocery store. Why didn't you tell him? He would have gotten you sunflower seeds. And he's like, oh yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it. And I'm pressing this guy. I'm like, okay, well, where are you going to go to get sunflower seeds? And he's like, I don't know, Walmart. And I'm like, no, Marshall. If you want good sunflower seeds, you got to go to Winco. They have the best selection. And he's like, oh, okay. I guess that's where we'll go. And then he's like, come on, let's go, Lily. So him and Lily go off to the car and drive away. And now I'm just left with Robin and Ted. And we're just sitting there. And then Khalil calls for me. He says, Dova, come upstairs. Can you bring me some scissors? And I'm like, scissors? Okay, yeah. Grab a pair of scissors. And I go upstairs. And when I go upstairs, Khalil grabs me by the wrist and drags me into the bedroom, closes the door quietly, continues to drag me into our bathroom, turns on the shower, and takes me into the closet. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But I could tell by his energy, like, I need to shut the fuck up. And so I'm like, hey, what's wrong? And he goes, Lily's cheating on Marshall. And I look, I've had my thoughts and feelings about Lily for a long time. I've been friends.
She's not your favorite
person. She's not my favorite person in the world. So I'm like, damn, like, I'm like, that's really upsetting, but I'm also not super surprised. And then Khalil goes, with Ted. And I say, huh? And I said, what? And he goes,
the Ted that's downstairs.
The Ted that is downstairs. Lily is cheating on Marshall with Ted. And I said, Ted, like our friend Ted? He's like, yes. Like Ted that's sitting downstairs with Robin on the couch, Ted? Yes. And I was like, like what? How? What are you talking about? And he goes, so you know how everybody was, they were all downstairs like watching a show or something, right? And I said, yes. Well, To give an explanation about how my house looks, we have a couch and we have like a sitting counter right behind the couch.
Like a sofa table.
Yeah, like a sofa
Counter.
table. And it's kind of like, yeah. And so Lily is sitting on the couch on one side again. And Ted and Robin are sitting on the other end of the couch. And Marshall is sitting at the counter doing schoolwork on his iPad. Mind you, a few months prior to this, Lily signed onto her Discord on Marshall's iPad. Discord, if you don't know, it's just like Messenger or something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
So he signed on there. While Marshall is doing schoolwork, he's getting pinged. Ding! You got a notification. You have a message. Ding! You have a message. Ding! You have a message. And he's like, "What the hell is going on?" And you know how whenever you get a text, you get like a little snippet,
Preview.
right? Yeah, like a preview of the text.
Yes.
So
text
he
preview.
sees that these texts are from Ted, who is sitting right in front of him. And he's like, what is happening? He thought it was his Discord. So he's like, what? And so
Why is Ted
Yeah.
messaging me? Yeah.
so he clicks the message, and there is just a slew of messages between Ted and Lily. And they're saying like, "Oh, I can't wait for tonight." He's like, "What the fuck?" Scrolls over. "Wow, you looked so pretty. Sorry I didn't hug you when we picked you up from the airport." Keep scrolling. More messages. Now he's seeing dick pics. And he's like, and so the first thing that he did was
Oh my
he
God.
just goes upstairs. And so he goes into Khalil's office and says, I think Lily's cheating on me. And so Khalil's like, "Oh shit." And so they close the door and they are looking through all the messages. This man is sending dick pics. He has videos of himself in the bathroom, like showing off his naked body. Lily is commenting on his dick saying, "Ooh, it's nice and pink."
Oh, Barb. Oh.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
First off, that's a crazy way to compliment a dick. Anyways, and so I didn't know that all that was happening. So when I came into the room, that was what was going down. And I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm over there like bothering him, telling him what kind of sunflowers he is to get. I'm over there yelling like, "Lily, our husbands are cheating on us." And so I'm feeling I'm overwhelmed now because hello, what the fuck? This is day 1 of the trip and we already got a slew of cheaters. Here are some other information, or here's some other like context about why this trip was even weirder. So the last time that they came to visit, Lily and Marshall slept upstairs. And upstairs is the best room. So we have 2 guest bedrooms. We have one downstairs and one upstairs. The best part about the upstairs bedroom is that you get your own bathroom. It's cooler up there. You get a bigger room. So it's kind of like whoever comes first gets first dibs, and they would always get the upstairs room, right? And so Lily goes, "I want to sleep downstairs. I want to sleep in the downstairs room." And we're like, "Why?" She's like, "I just want to." And I was like, "Girl, that makes no like. I mean, I'm not gonna press you, but okay, if you really want to sleep downstairs, go for it." And another thing was that she was concerned about coming on this trip 3 months prior to them coming because apparently she was going to be on her period on this trip. And me and Robin are like, "Girl, what the fuck?" We're like, "We're not going to the beach or anything. We don't, why do you, it's okay if you're going to be on your period." She's like, "No, I don't want to be on the trip during my period. La da da." We're like, okay. So now these things are kind of
I remember
starting.
you texted me and you were like, "Is this weird or is it just me?" And I'm like, "That's weird." It would
Yeah.
be different if it was like you guys were going on like I don't know,
Like a cruise or
like a
something.
water park or
Yeah.
something.
And so
But-
there's just these like small moments where we're like, what the fuck? And so now Khalil and I are distraught. We don't know what to do. And my immediate thought is I need to call Tommy and Chloe and figure out what the fuck we should do. And so that's when we called and we're having a conversation and we're like, what do we do? And they're both like, I don't know. Like, and I was like, well, I have to say something because, again, so right now, the only people home are me and Khalil upstairs and Ted and Robin downstairs. Marshall and Lily are gone right now. And I'm like, he's gonna come back. And I don't want Robin to be completely blindsided by this. Like, that's fucked up if she's the last person to know and, it blows up right in front of her.
Right.
And so we get off the phone with you and Tommy, and I was like, okay, I have to go talk to him. And Khalil's like, he's like, I'm gonna punch him in the face if I can't be around him. I'm gonna kill him. And I was like, fuck, okay. And I hear Robin and Ted. I hear Robin and Ted come upstairs, and so I know they're upstairs with us. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I feel like I want Ted to talk to Robin. I feel like that's the only
on him
This is the most respectful way for her. I'm just worried about Robin's feelings right now. I'm like, she should hear it from just him. It's gonna be embarrassing if we're all involved. And so I go over to Robin and I'm like, hey girl, can you we should watch a movie. And she's like, yeah, we should. And I was like, you should go put on a movie for us. And she said, okay. So she goes downstairs and she's finding a movie for us to watch. And that's when I was like, okay, I'll be right back. And I go into their room, Robin and Ted's room, and I see Ted's ugly ass he's shirtless and he's laying in bed. And I go, Ted, we know about you and Lily. And he goes, what? And I was like, Discord. Marshall saw your guys' messages on Discord. He's talking to Lily right now. You need to talk to Robin right now. I'm not fucking kidding. You need to talk to her and tell her. We all know.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I could kind of see him like completely blanking. Like he is blocking me out now. He grabs his phone immediately. And in my head, when he grabs his phone, I'm thinking, okay, he's probably trying to, I don't know, see. I don't know. In my head, I thought he was checking his phone to see when Marshall and Lily were planning on coming back so that, I don't know. But that was a red flag, seeing him grab his phone. And so I leave the room and I go downstairs and I'm watching a movie with Robin. And I'm like, hello, like it's like been 10, 15 minutes. Who knows
and
when.
You're just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm
next
just.
to Robin. She knows nothing. She has
just,
no idea what's going on. And you're just like,
Yes, I'm freaking out. And so I'm just like, oh my God, I'm scared because also Marshall is the type of person I know he will pop the fuck off on this guy. And I'm not trying to have a crime scene in my house, okay? So I'm just like,
yeah.
If this dude doesn't say anything to her in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to tell her she needs to go upstairs and talk to him. But then I see him come down the stairs. He's halfway down the stairs, by the way. And he goes, Robin? And she looks over at him. She's like, yeah. He's like, he just waves his hand at her like a little baby bitch. And I'm looking at him like, ugh. And he's like, can you come upstairs? And she's like, what the fuck? And she's like, okay. And so they go upstairs now. And now I'm by myself and I'm like, fuck.
You're like basically hyperventilating.
What is about to play out? And then the garage opens and then Marshall comes in and he's crying and he's sad and I'm just like, oh God. And Khalil comes downstairs and he sees Marshall and we're just trying to, comfort him as best as we can. And he's like, dude, my wife, why is this happening? I've been taking such good care of her. He is distraught and crying and oh gosh, it's
and she stays in the car.
Yes. Yeah. When I say Marshall came in, it's not that Lily's gone or anything. She's hiding in his car in the garage. And so I'm like, yeah, I think Ted and Robin are upstairs talking right now. And he's like, like, I just want to put my hands on him. I just want to kill him. And I'm like, I know. And then we hear the door open. And I'm like, all right, here we go. It's about to go down. Robin comes downstairs with a bunch of board games in her hands. And she just has a big smile on her face. And we're all looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Like, is she...
Why is she smiling?
I'm like, is she crashing out really hard right now and she just wants to play board games? I have no idea. So she comes down and she looks over at Marshall and she's like, what the fuck? And then she looks over at us and she's like, what the fuck? She's like, hey,
What's wrong?
what's wrong, guys? Why are we upset? And Marshall goes, that fucking bitch didn't tell you, did he? And she's shocked. She's like, huh? And I was like, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
My God.
This is the last thing I wanted. Quite literally, what is happening right now is the last thing I wanted to happen. And so I'm like...
she's about to be the only one that doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. And so I go over to her and I'm like, Robin, Lily and Ted, they've been talking. They were texting each other throughout all of this. And you can just see her face like drop. And she's like, what? What do you mean? She's confused. She's asking so many questions. Like, what are you guys talking about? You're not making sense. And I'm like, yeah, he's cheating on you with Lily. And then she breaks down crying. It is the saddest thing I've ever seen. Like, she's been with Ted for, I think, over 8 years. And all of this is just happening right in front of her. And so she goes upstairs and I guess you could hear her yelling at him, freaking out. And meanwhile, Marshall's just sitting with us still dissociating. Like, everyone's dissociating at this point. And
yeah.
And then Robin comes downstairs and she's like, I'm confused. And I'm like, what did he tell you when you went upstairs? And she said that apparently Marshall saw a text message between Ted and Lily where Ted was complimenting Lily's hair, like said, like, oh, you look nice. And Marshall got really jealous about it and wants to kill Ted because of it. And I was like, interesting. That. I was like, did you see the messages? And she goes, that's the only message I saw.
So he was deleting all the messages when he was on his phone.
Yes, he went and deleted all the messages. And if anybody knows anything about Discord, if someone deletes a message, it deletes for everyone. And it's not like Facebook Messenger or something where you delete a message. It doesn't show the message, but it says like the message has been deleted. No, Discord, it just disappears. It's like the message never happened. And so that's what he did. He went upstairs and deleted all the messages, and he was trying to say that the reason why this whole commotion is happening is because Marshall is being a jealous little baby because Ted complimented Lily's hair something like that. And so we were like, oh, girl, no. He was sending her dick pics. He was sending her dick videos. She was complimenting his dick. Like, they were talking about possibly doing something while they were on the trip with us. And so she's really sad and she's torn. And I'm like, there's too much happening right now. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to get them. We need to separate them. And so, but then Marshall was like, he goes back in the car to talk to Lily. And then he comes out and he's like, so Lily is really scared to come back in the house. Is it okay if you guys like go upstairs or something really quick so she can run to her room? And like, me and Chloe, I think maybe we can be a little bit too supportive sometimes, but we were like, oh yeah, of course. Like, we're just trying to do whatever we can to make Marshall feel supported. So Chloe and I go upstairs. During this, Robin's upstairs again talking to Ted. And so we go upstairs, we hear her, she runs into the bedroom and closes the door and locks it, and we all meet back downstairs except Ted is hiding upstairs in his room, and Lily is hiding downstairs in her room, and the rest of us are in the living room. And so I called Khalil's dad, his parents, and asked them, hey, I'm so sorry. This is a really big ask. Some shit went down in our house, some adultery, hoe house, you know, they're trying to turn my house into a fucking, what is it called?
A brothel.
A brothel. He was trying to turn my house into they were trying to turn my house into a brothel. So I was like, is it okay if we bring Marshall and Robin over to your guys' house just to have some separation? And they're amazing. They're awesome. They're like, yeah, of course. Have them come over. And so now, Khalil drives Marshall and Robin over to his parents' house, and I'm stuck with these two
adulterers.
What's the word I used? Miscreants.
I'm
stuck in this house with these two miscreants, and man, I'm by myself with them for like 4 hours, I think, because you know, Khalil's dad is being a therapist to Marshall and Robin, and Khalil's just with them, and these two are hiding in their rooms. And so I'm like, okay, I already know Lily is the biggest fucking scaredy cat bitch ever, so I'll save her for last. I go upstairs and I decide to confront Ted about this, and I'm like, I see him, he's starting to pack his stuff already, so I told him, hey, I need you out of this house before they come back. And he's like, okay, do you know when they're coming back? I'm like, I don't know, so you need to get out, like, now.
Get the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then but then I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? Like, and so I ask him, I'm like, hey, so what the fuck? And he goes, yeah, do you have any questions for me? And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? And he goes, I don't know. And I was like, well, how long have y'all been talking? I don't know. Why did you do this? I don't know. Do you have feelings for her down there? Do you have feelings for Lily? And he goes, well, I mean, obviously I do. And I'm like, and I was like, okay. And I was like, so like, what was your plan? Were you guys trying to do something? And he's like, I don't know. I'm so sick and tired of this little bitch saying, I don't know. And I'm fucking pack your shit and get out of my house. I'm done talking to you. You're no use. And he's like, okay. And so I come downstairs and I'm heated because I'm just like, this fucking little bitch. I gave him like 3 hours to think about what the fuck he was going to say or, you know, think about his actions. And all I'm getting is this bitch ass, I don't know. And so I see him, he's coming downstairs now with his like bags. And I'm like, okay, so what's your plan? Do you have a Uber coming, a Lyft coming? What's up? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to need that. And I'm like, do you need me to call you one? Like what? He's like, no. And I say, Ted, do you have it downloaded on your phone? He's like, I'll get it downloaded. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what do you like? So what are you doing right now? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you know what the fuck? Just go. Okay, just leave. Just leave then. I don't care what you do. And so he walks. I don't know where he's walking. I kind of live in like a farmish area, so there's like nothing within
nothing's in walking distance.
Nothing is in walking distance. And we're in Arizona in October. It's like 100 degrees out. So I don't care. But he is walking away and I'm like, okay, one down, one more to go. And I'm telling you, Lily is she is a very, very fragile baby that and maybe this is my toxic feminism, but in some aspect, I'm worried about like breaking her because of how fragile her emotion and mental is. So I grab a fucking bottle of water and I'm like, she's been in there crying for like 4 hours. She's probably dehydrated. I need to but I want to get her out of my house, but I know I need to tread carefully. So I grab a water bottle. I'm literally standing at her door for maybe like 3 minutes trying to bring myself to kick her out. And so I finally knock on the door. No answer. And I knock again. And I'm like, Lily, can we talk? Not answering. Knock a little harder. Lily, can we please talk about this? No answer. And then I try to open the door and it's fucking locked. This bitch has locked herself in my house. And I'm like, I don't know why, but my house is my sanctuary. Nobody has the audacity to block me in any part of my house. Okay, this is my fucking house. And now I'm pissed. And so I message Cologne. I'm like, this bitch has locked herself in the house and I don't know, like, I can't talk to her. She won't talk to me. She's not leaving. And they're like, okay. So they finally come home. Khalil, Marshall, and Robin come home and they're still, distraught, upset. And so Marshall is like, okay, I'm going to go talk to her. And so Marshall goes back in the room to talk to Lily and I don't know, we hear her crying and poor Robin is just sitting on the couch, like totally zoning out. She's just out of it. And Chloe and I are just like, fuck, what are we going to do? And so when Marshall comes back out, he says, hey, I think me and Lily are going to drive back tomorrow. And I go, what the fuck?
Excuse me, what?
You will not
together?
You will not be driving back with her. And he's like, well, what am I going to do? And I'm like, she's going to fly back home to be with her parents. And he's like, oh, okay. And I think at first we were really trying to drive him into, you have to separate from her. And he's like, okay, I'll drive her to the airport tomorrow morning. And I'm like, and no, you're not driving
because she's a known manipulator.
Yes, we know.
And he's very easily manipulated by her.
Yes, and we know for a fact that, like, we want to keep him separated from her because of this. If they get any alone time together, shit's gonna go down. And so I was like, no, you can tell Lily I will drive her back to the airport tomorrow morning. You're not doing shit. And so he goes back in the room and tells Lily, hey, Dova's going to drive you. And she's like, no, she's not. And so he comes back out. He's like, she doesn't want you to drive. And I was like, well, she has two options. She's either going to take a lift or she's going to be with me. I don't care which one she picks, but you're not going to be in the car with her at all for any of this. And so we convinced him to get an Uber for her and that, she's going to be out and gone. Mind you, she has not come out of this room since let's say I don't know why I'm looking at the clock like this just happened. Let's say it was 5 p.m. that they got home. It's now midnight. She has not come out of this room. She's hiding. And so while they were in there arguing again, this girl tells Marshall, she says, hey, I know what I did was wrong, but please don't listen to everything that Dova and Khalil say. Don't listen to what they have to tell you. And I go, that's very interesting.
This bitch.
Why don't you want him to talk to us? And at one point, it's 1 a.m. Marshall comes out again and he's like, hey, so Lily has to go pee. And we're like, okay. And he's like, well, you guys are all out here. Can you guys? And I was like, Marshall, if you tell me that I have to go upstairs in my own house so that she can feel safe enough to come out of that fucking bedroom to go pee, you can fuck off. She can come out here and face us if she has to go pee that bad, or she can have a UTI. I don't care. And I think she chose the UTI because she didn't come out. Anyways, so they end up, by the next morning, they all end up leaving the house, and it's just us four now. It's me, Khalil, Marshall, and Robin. And again, they were supposed to stay for a week, and it's Tuesday. Well, now I guess it's Wednesday.
It's
Wednesday
the second day of the entire thing, and you had all this stuff planned.
We had a shit ton of stuff planned. Again, I'm a girl who loves making lists. You know damn well I had a list for this trip. I had everything. I paid for a bunch of shit already. I reserved stuff. And so I'm pissed off, but we decide to, go through with the trip and have as good of a time as we can. And I'm going to ask if I can include this part. Yeah. Well, okay. And so that's pretty much everything that went down. I mean, it's not. There's so much more that happened. Ted is a piece of shit. Lily is a piece of shit. They both fucking suck. And I'm so glad. I felt like throughout this, we ended up getting to keep the cool friends. I don't know. It was like, there was no, what's the word? There was zero loyalty. The minute that I found out that those two, you know, were cheating for me. Anyways, so.
So it sounds like throughout that week, they're both trying to kind of heal on their own. They're finding comfort in one another. And I think the biggest plot twists of all time for me was when they just started dating after that. And then kept dating through all the divorce and all the issues. And now, surprise, they're engaged. They're engaged. This is like the most crazy rom-com fucking plot twist of all time.
I know.
This horrible thing that happened to two people might have been the best thing that ever happened
to them. Yeah. Marshall and Robin are now together and
they're super in love.
They are super in love. They're so happy. It is so nice to... Let me preface this by saying that our friendship with Marshall and Lily stemmed from us being stationed in Japan together. So we got very, very close to them. Like, we hung out with Marshall and Lily, mostly Marshall. Lily was just kind of there. We hung out with them like every weekend. I worked with Marshall, so I saw him every single day. He is quite literally, I feel like, a brother to me. And so I'm so close to him. And I would see how shitty he would be treated by Lily, and it would pain me. There were multiple points where we talked to Chloe and my brother about how shitty his situation.
I never even met Lily, and I was ready to kick that bitch's ass if I ever saw her.
Like she sounded terrible. She just sucked so bad. She treated me shitty too. Like, it was a very, very, very one-sided friendship where I had to. She's never asked me like how I'm doing. Ever. She's never reached out to me.
She's a narcissist.
She's never started a single conversation with me. So it was so nice to see Marshall finally being taken care of and like loved. And I mean, the dude was brainwashed. Like, when Robin went to go visit him, she made him, I think, soup or something. And he was like, what is the smell? He was like, oh my God, what is that smell? It smells so good. All she did was chop up onions. That's it.
Which onions in a pan with some oil smell
it wasn't
so good.
It wasn't in the pan yet.
Oh my God. This poor man.
Yeah. And then like Robin, I started getting really close with her over the last 2 years. Like, she was in my book club with me. She's so awesome. She's just so fun. And I met her through Ted. So I didn't get to see their relationship as closely as I did with Marshall and Lily. But then she would say something that like completely contradicts like the relationship that she wanted versus how her relationship actually was. I would be like, I don't know if
she was.
I don't know. It didn't sound. It sounded like she was very much settling with what she had, and so now to see them both getting what they've always wanted, it's so sweet, and we're both rooting so hard for them, and I'm really happy for them, and I just, I wish them nothing but the best. And as for Ted and Lily, I hope you both go to hell.
Yes. The craziest thing for me is that it's only been like 5 months.
Yeah, this happened in October. The reason why we
they didn't even start dating officially until like I think November. Mm-hmm. But listen, not everyone's timeline has to make sense, and I feel like it's just like what a wild ride it's been for you as a friend, watching this unfold and supporting, and just will you ever host another couple friends trip at your house.
Dude, it's crazy. And I think for anybody who's listening, I know it is very easy to judge that they've found each other so quickly through all of it. But I just think every story is different. And I'm just glad that through all of this, there is a happy ending, because
Yes.
it was so sad. I was pissed because, again, my house is my sanctuary. Okay. I love my house. I love it. I love it. I love it. And for two people to think they could come to my house and turn our trip into their little sexcapade, cheating,
that I think might be one of the worst parts, is that not the worst part, but like so insulting to you. They had no respect for you. They were planning on, like, I don't know, meeting up in the middle of the night and doing whatever. And it's like they were going to, I cannot imagine the audacity that it would take to know that you're on a couples trip and then like actively plan to cheat while you're like, you have to be morally bankrupt for that. And then you trusted these people. You invited them into your home.
Yeah.
Now I remember you were like, I need to get rid of all of my scented wall plugins because they all remind me
the smell,
of
literally. I don't know why, but oh my gosh, my house smelled so wonderful that day. But now that smell, I can't use it, because whenever I think of it, I literally picture like a disgusting, hairy, veiny pink dick. I don't know why, but that is literally
you had to see the dick pic. Poor Dova.
I'm glad I didn't have to see the pictures.
Oh, you didn't have to? Okay,
no,
good.
I didn't. But Khalil and unfortunately Marshall had to see a gross hairy dick, and it's just.
And I just want to remind everyone, this was like a week-long endeavor.
Yeah.
Every single day I was getting updates from Dova. Every single day I was like, dude, are you okay? How are you feeling? What's going on? She's like, I have a migraine. I feel sick. I'm tired. I feel so bad. I don't know how to help. And I'm like, you're doing everything right. You're being such a good friend.
It's oh my God. It was just the worst. But you know what? We are here now, and it's all good now. I mean, man, Ted and Lily, if y'all happen to stumble across this podcast, just know, okay, I know for a fact Ted is over here spewing lies to people. He tried telling Robin's family that Marshall is a dangerous person for her, because here are the things that he listed about Marshall. He said Marshall has PTSD, like severe PTSD. He says that Marshall is a MAGA, like a huge Trump supporter. And he said that, oh my gosh, there was one other thing that he said about Marshall. Fuck, what was it? Anyways, he is spewing a bunch of lies, and
he's grasping at straws.
Man, please let me. He said so. He also called Marshall a pedophile sympathizer because he listens to Drake, and that is
Ted.
So.
Do you realize you're in the wrong here? That's called projection, buddy.
No, he's sick. There's something wrong with him, and Ted, quit lying. He even reached out to one of my friends, and I told my friend, like, oh my God, tell me what he says to you, because I wanted to know, like, what is he saying when he doesn't know that I know about it. So my friend went full undercover investigator and got a bunch of shit out of him, and he's saying that he's just spewing a bunch of bullshit. And it's crazy that he had the audacity to think that my friend wouldn't tell me all the stuff that he said. My friend screenshotted their messages and sent it over to me. And so, I told Ted, I know that you're talking shit, so just stop. Leave us alone.
I also do want to just share that the people in this story are not in their early 20s young people.
No.
They were grown adults.
Yeah.
Grown adults making these choices.
Like prefrontal lobe is fully developed.
Yeah,
so-
we can't blame that shit anymore, okay? Ted and Lily.
Oh my gosh.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they suck.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anyways, there is a happy ending to this. Marshall and Robin were able to find each other through it all. And I get to see them next month. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was the big story. And the whole reason that we couldn't share the story immediately was because Ted was really fighting to not sign the divorce papers. He was a big concern, and we just didn't want to air it until the divorces were finalized and that Robin is moved out of that state now. So yeah,
there you have it. Craziest story I've ever heard and
guys
took
have.
part in. And I've told everybody this story because it's amazing. And I always love everybody's reactions when I'm like, and now they're engaged.
it literally feels like look,
A movie.
I am planning on screenwriting a play for this because
Yes, please do.
it's crazy how everything unfolded. And I mean, man, what a day. What a day that day was.
What a week, what a month, what a few last months that it's been. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
And now the nice conclusion is in place and everyone can move on with their lives.
I know. I'm getting like so hot just thinking about it because I'm just like, ugh. Before we end, let's do some manifestations from my workbook to close
let's
this
do it.
episode off.
I'm ready.
Because, man, do I feel. Okay, everybody. If you would like to participate in your daily affirmations, repeat after me. Positivity is my mantra.
Positivity is my mantra.
I deserve a fresh start.
I deserve a fresh start.
I attract what I desire.
I attract what I desire.
My potential is limitless.
I
Chloe.
thought you were going to say limited. Sorry.
Oh.
My potential is limitless.
God, no. Okay. I am a magnet for success.
I am a magnet for success.
And finally, be the best version of you.
Be the best version of you. That's all for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this story. Let us know your thoughts. Leave us a comment. Send us a DM. Send us some tea. Stop asking us such upsetting questions in the form. Jesus Christ. Oh, but also don't. Go for it. Do whatever you got to do.
All right. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Ba-bow.
Da, 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 da.
Ba-bow.
Da, 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 dun, dun.
Wow, 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 wow,
Ba-bow. Da, 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 dun.
Ba-bow.
Da, 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 dun, dun. Pew, 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 pew. Doo, doo, doo.